What's up, YouTube? I'm Dylan, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you all how to draw the Iron Fist from the Marvel Universe. So get yourselves a piece of paper, get a nice pencil, and we start off with a simple quarter-sized or golf ball-sized circle for the top of his head. And then we draw the basic jaw shape. He's going to be turned to the side that way. And remember to always draw loose and light at first, because not all these lines are going to be used later on. Some of them are going to be covered up. Then we draw the stick figures and shapes that make up his body. It's also going to make up how we're going to have him set up, how he's going to be stancing, or, posing. So that will be his body with a line down the middle. Here's a leg that will go down with a circle in the middle, a slightly longer line, that will be his knee, and this little oval here, that will be his foot. Then we draw, he's going to have one leg pointing up. That's going to be the knee, followed by the calf of his leg and the foot. Then we're going to put circles at the sides of his upper body. Those are going to be his shoulders. Then we're going to put balls for the elbow joints. We'll put a fist here. And then one will be a hand that goes this way, like this. So then we need to put in the center line so that we know where the middle of his face will be. And then a line across to know where his eyes will fall. So those make up his body. Now it's time to put in all the shapes needed that make him up. First thing we're going to draw is his mask or handkerchief that he has over his eyes. So you're going to draw this little V that goes in the middle. Here's the side of his head. And then he's going to have eyes that are sort of similar to Spider-Man's, but they are a little bit smaller. And then you're going to put a point on this one. You don't see the other one on this side because he's turned. And then you draw the white area inside them on both sides. And then you can shade those in black on both sides. And those make up his eye mask holes. And then you're going to put these little dimples. We're going to make him smile a bit. Draw his lower lip. Then we need to draw the details of his face. So we'll draw an ear, followed by the back of his jaw, and then his jaw here. Draw that, darken the bottom, and then draw his cheek like this, and then connect it all the way here. And now we can then draw his neck lines. these lines make up where his face will be. Okay, and then we need to draw the outer edges. If you've seen him, some iterations he has a full-on shirt, but this version we're drawing the classic one where he shows where his shirt's like a little unzipped, and then he has these big triangular collar like shapes that go over his head like this. And then down here you draw a big curve where it gets thin and then thick. And then you're going to draw this one right here, and it's going to stop at his eye like that. Then you're going to repeat that process on this side as well. Okay, so we got his area. Now we can put in we're going to put the top line of his belt in first, and then we'll get to his upper chest and things. So here's the upper ab area, followed by his rib. And then we'll do a similar process here with this shape. We're gonna draw that end. And then you're gonna draw his rib line on both sides. And now we are going to then draw his arms. Here's one side of his arm here. Here's the other side. Then you're going to get the bicep. We're going to get this side of his arm here. And bring a curve on his sleeve. And then, before we get to the rest of his hands, we should draw his belt, complete belt. So you'll draw this end, draw a line on the top of his thigh that goes here, and then you draw these little details on his belt. Now we then need to draw his knee. Then down here, you're going to get the back side of his foot, of his leg. And then we are going to draw the rest of his calf. Connect that line back here. So that's his foot. Now we need to draw a straight line that goes like this. That's going to be his other leg, the middle of his legs. the back side of his other leg. You can draw a fold, put a detail there, put a sideways V for his knee, and then we move on to his other calf. And then we get his calf at the bottom. And before we get to the rest of his feet and any other details, we need to get to other parts of his, we need to get his other arm. Here's his fist. Then we should also get his fist along the way too. So here's one fist. Here's the thumb. And then 4 fingers. And then we need to get his other hand on this side. It's a little more of a it's like straight out. It's like a knife hand. That's what it's called in martial arts. It's where you have your hand straight instead of fisted. So you have the thumb, then you're going to draw 4 fingers. Remember to keep the pointer finger and the pinky finger about the same size. Then you draw the palm line, and then you get in the lower palm. Okay, so we got his hands, but we still need to put a few more other details. We need to get his feet, starting with his shoes. So you have his foot there. They're like slippers. Then you put a sideways V for like his ankle joint. And then you'll repeat a similar process this, except you're going to draw like 2 straight parallel lines followed by a V shape. Then you draw the shoe. Here's that shoe with the V. Then you draw the sole. And then once you have that shoe in, we are almost done. Actually, we got a few other details we need to put in after this one. We need to draw those lines that we put with his chest. We need to put a line here, a line here. We are going to draw this. He has this dragon tattoo. So you draw like a kind of a backwards S followed by a loop. Then you're going to put this little arrow tip for the dragon head. And then for the wings, you need to draw this large U shape with a point here and a point here. And then you're going to draw these scallops that go like this. Then you can shade those in. And then we need to put a few more details. We need to draw a tassel that is hanging from his belt. Well, two of them actually. So you draw these shapes. So you have that. Then you'll repeat a similar process on the top. So you have that. For this end, you make the tassel like this. So you have those in, and then we also got to put tassels on the back of his mask, and they're gonna go like this. A lot of zigzag shapes. Make sure they sort of like wrap over one another. And they have these V shapes at the end. And then we could go back and maybe check on some muscle shapes a bit. The back needs some fixing. And that is the Iron Fist. Hope you all had fun. I'll see you next time.